Hey guys, it's Nicole the Notary, and I am here today with a video for you on how to order FedEx shipping supplies. So I'll have a video coming up later this week on how to create a FedEx account if you don't already have one and you need one. But today we're going to focus on shipping supplies. So let's get started. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I am Nicole, the Notary of a good notary of Northern Virginia. I am very happy that you have decided to tune in for today's session. Today, we're going to learn all about how to reorder FedEx supplies, and also take a quick look at what those supplies actually look like. For your basic shipping needs as a loan signing agent. So this video is really for newer agents. I'm going to go into some details that older agents probably don't need to know, but anybody can watch for a refresher. So first up, I want to talk to you a little bit about your documents. So I have prepared an example. This is our set of loan documents for the day. Okay, I have no idea how many pages this actually is, and it is very heavy on legal versus what is letter size, but this gives you an idea of the types of papers that you'll be dealing with for your documentation. This shows the different sizes in length. So underneath here we have legal size, that's 8.5 by 14, and here on top we have the 8.5 by 11, just regular paper. Okay, so first thing to know, there's two different sizes of documents that you'll be having. As a loan signing agent, you're going to need to print those on whatever your customer recommends or requests, not recommendation, it's usually a request. So that's typically going to be in the size that the document was created or sent to you. So you will have mixed size papers to distribute back to FedEx. So I do use FedEx as an example. I'm going to mix this up a little bit so that there's some variation in our documents. Sorry for that loud bang there, but that's, we work with documents all the time. So again, this is a little closer to what you would see. So now you have some documents with various size papers in between. So the first recommendation for you is to always put this into a Manila folder. I've always done this since the first one I did, I think, because I just, people were saying put it into those little clippies. Do I have a clippy? So I went out and I bought some clippies, and I'm like, okay, well, we got the biggest paper clips we could find. These don't work. So then I also have some of the other kind, but I don't use those either. I always go with a Manila folder of sorts because it secures my documents. It puts them together. Sometimes I even do two. Like if I'm very concerned for whatever reason, I will do a second one and just cover up this side so that I know the documents can't get out either on the left or the right. They might slide through, but that will be surely due to mishandling, not because of how they were packaged by me. So what I do with this then, I'm going to show you the various packages that you can order, okay? So we're going to be using the FedEx site today. However, I have some examples for you before we get started with that. So first up, this one. This is your FedEx envelope or envelope, whichever you prefer. I call it an envelope. This clearly is going to only be for letter documents, and quite frankly, I would never put a loan signing package in this. There's a few reasons for that. One, it's too big. Or I'm sorry, my packages are always going to be too big. I might throw a single document in here, but that's even rare because I have an example for you of why I won't do that. So this is cardboard. Okay, so first of all, when you think about cardboard, it's very pliable. So let's see, we got one piece of L. It's very it can move around. You know, your documents will be in here. Like, let's say I can only put so many pages in here. It's like 5-10 pages, maybe 30 comfortably. But my loan docs are anywhere from 150-ish, so 125, up to 200 pages worth of documentation. So you don't want to put or try to stick that in here, okay? Even if you do have all letter size. Cue the intro. Even if you do have all letter size, it's just not going to fit comfortably. Now, the other and main reason why you don't want to do this is because, look at this. Imagine if there were loan documents in there. Your loan documents would be torn. If this hits a conveyor belt, gets run over by a car, anything happens, those loan documents are toast, and you don't want that. Like, you want to protect them as much as possible, which again is why you stick them in a manila folder in the first place before putting it into the package that you're going to ship off. So this gets a big 0 for me. I don't use FedEx envelopes. Okay, now, next up, we have a different type of envelope. Your envelope. We've got the reusable ones, okay? So reusable envelopes here. This one is actually letter size, okay? It's reusable because you actually can reuse it. You can stick it once here. Someone can open it and put different documents in there, and then you can also seal it again. So there's two ways to seal on these. That's why it's called a reusable. There's instructions on how to do that here. A reusable envelope has the exact same issue as a regular envelope. It is cardboard. So, oh, darn, there go my loan docs. Okay, very easy to get into as well. So let's talk about, if somebody breaks into your car. I know there's at least one YouTuber who has had her things stolen out of her car since she's been a notary. So, and yes, I saw your video. Hey, girl. You just want to protect your customer's information a bit more than what this will allow. Now, the other thing is that we've got our thick old loan document package. So let's say that, we do have legal documents in here, legal size documents. Guess what? That's not going in here. So this package is bulging at the seams with our packet, okay? So our packet is probably a little heavier than 175. I don't think this is 200 pages, but this won't work for shipping back loan docs, okay? And that's not even because of the manila folder, because the manila folder adds a little bit of length, but not that much. All right, so those are both out. Next up, we've got the FedEx large pack. Now, this is better, right? So this won't break. You have to actually try to break this one. It will break, but you actually have to try to do it. So it'll work for that means. It is very, it's going to be giving your documents a lot of room to be very comfortable inside. So our 200-page packet will go in here. Okay, so this is the FedEx large pack. Okay, so our documents fit. Boom, they're in there. Okay, so you see that? They go in there inside the manila folder, which is important. Lots of documents can go in there. So then we get to actually sealing it, and they seal just fine. This is not my main recommendation. This will work if you have to, and this is all you have, and this is all the store has. You can do this. I don't recommend this either. So, or I guess this is my second recommendation, okay? So then we have the padded pack. This right here, guys, this is it. This is what you want to send your documents back in. Why? Because it's a padded pack. It literally does offer padding on the inside. So you see those as little bubble wrap thingies? Like, oh my gosh, how many times as a child did you have fun doing this over like Christmas, or like when, you know, your parents would open up a box and you just sit there and pop those all day long? I did. I don't know if you did. I did. But this is what I always ship my documents back in. I don't care really if it's on a letter or whatever. I always ship it back in this. You can take your entire folder and toss it in here. Okay. And you can seal it and then just pull this thing off up here, this little wrapper, and it will create a sticky adhesive and let you seal it here. Now, depending on the size of your manila folders, this might be very tight. All you have to do is when you go into FedEx, ask them to place some tape over here. They'll do it. It's free. FedEx never charges for anything that has to do with the shipment of their documents, especially on prepaid labels. Why? Because most of these are insured. And even if they're not, most of them are sent by people who send them all the time, especially like, let's say, mortgage companies, title companies, escrow. Like, they know that they're going to be long-term customers, and pissing them off and making them go to UPS isn't worth their time. So they will do whatever you want when you go in there. I try not to let FedEx ever actually touch my documentation. So when I go in, we already have this in a padded pack. Like, I'm not going in there with just this unless I'm coming directly off of a signing and I didn't have any in the car, which is very rare. Like, I always pack this up. You can even see me do it in my other video, which I'll put here for you to watch next. But that's me dropping it at a FedEx drop box versus actually walking inside. But that was at customer request, not my choice. So this will arrive comfortably to your customer. Now, the next thing you do is when you have it in the pack, the next thing you're going to want to have is an Airball Slip. So the Airball Slip, I always get the large ones just because they fit on here better. But the Airball Slip is going to let you put your shipping label right inside that purple tab. You put it inside there. The instructions are here if you ever need to know for new folks. Like, this is not hard. However, if this is hard for you and you just don't understand how to do it, take your shipping label, take your sealed package to your FedEx person, walk it in there, and they will apply the label and put it in here for you. Like, you don't have to do that. Like they do stuff for you, so let them if you need to. I don't need to do that, but if you do it. All right. Next up, so now that we know what we're going to order, what our preference is, which is these two. So I want to get Airballs, and I want to get the padded pack. Okay, the large padded pack. So now that we do that, now we're going to go into the FedEx site. So let's go into the FedEx site, and I'm going to turn that on, and turn that off, and turn that on. Oh my God, it worked. Yay. Okay, so we're going to go in here into the FedEx site. I'm going to log in, and just log in as me. And now I'm here. You can see that you're logged in. Now, like I said, I will create a video on how to actually set this account up, because that's the part that a lot of people actually have issues with. And you can come up here and go to shipping, and then packing and shipping supplies. And it will take you to this screen, okay? So packing services and shipping supplies. You're gonna select this little doohickey down here, which says order free FedEx Express supplies, okay? All right, so from here, you can, if you've ordered before, you can filter and just do show previously ordered supplies, and then do show me that. That speeds up your time quite a bit. You can do favorites. So like if you wanted to, we can, like I have this one as a favorite. So if I click on favorites, it's just going to show me my favorite here. But if you're going to stick in all supplies, there are 92 different items as of December 2020. There are 92 different items here. So using the names of what we just went through, you can actually just search for what we just talked about. You can see the envelopes are first. There are 4 different types of envelopes. There's the envelope with the built-in pouch, the Fedex envelope without a built-in pouch. There's the reusable envelope, which is legal size, and it literally says that. And then you're going to use the envelope with the cutout window. Now, I'm just a girl out here living my best NSA and notary life, right? So if you don't believe me about not using these for the types of documents that we use, go ahead and look at details. And the first thing you see is that it's intended for documents designated for a shipment of documents of up to 24 unfolded legal size pages up to 8.5 by 14. So if you have a small package, like maybe a very small seller package or loan modification, maybe that's okay. Like that'll work for you. I still would stick it in a Manila folder and stick it in there instead of just sending it out just free form or in a paper clip or something like that. Like that's not comfortable for me. So if you choose to do that, that's your business. Down here, we're all going to do things the way that we want to. I'm just telling you what I found to be the best. Down here, you have the packs, and that's going to be the large pack made of polyethylene. Like that's the one that is kind of flimsy. It's a little plasticky almost, it feels like. It's intended for larger or heavier documents or soft goods. It is tear and water resistant. It features an easy open tear strip. So if you wanted to do your documents in there, go for it. For me, I prefer the padded pack. And that is intended for larger or heavier documents or soft goods. It's made with padded bubble construction. Keywords here for added protection. They are telling you that this one gives you more protection than the other one. It is also tear and water resistant. And for those of us who are eco-friendly, it is recyclable, made from an average of 15% or 13% recycled content. Okay. All right. So the other kinds you have here, like you can do the large pack, which also says that it is tear and water resistant, made for larger or heavier documents, etc. But it does not have that extra protection, just so you know. I also considered whether or not the clinical or the sturdy pack would be a good fit for me. I didn't feel like it was because it just didn't make sense, I guess. So I didn't order that. If you order that and you want to do a video on your experience with those, please do, and then ping me, and I'll send you a reply and a like on your video, okay? For me, I am going to be ordering the padded pack. I'm going to order 200 of these. And that's just going to ensure, one, that I know about how many loan signings I've gone through. So like if you're not somebody who constantly is tracking how many loan signings you're doing, and you're only using one form of pack, that's one way that you can count. The other way is to literally count and use your journal. If you're in Virginia, you don't have to use a journal, so we may not track our numbers as much. If you're using Notary Gadget or Notary Assist, then that makes it a lot easier. But some people aren't doing that kind of thing. Like you can't afford maybe to add that onto your roster of tools just yet. So you're keeping track in your head. This is another way to do it. Okay. All right. So we've got the padded pack, and you just add that to the cart. If you want to add it to favorites, like this one down here is actually already added to favorites. If you want to add this to favorites, you're just going to click that little star, and then boom, there it is. And if you don't like that and you don't want it in a star, then you don't have to. The next thing we're going to go ahead, I'm going to add that to the cart, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to do is scroll down, scroll until you get to the air bills, airway bills, and the pouches. So this one's called the Fedex small pouch. This one's called the Fedex large pouch. They, like these ones down here, the other ones. So the express freight bills, the international air bills, and the express package air bill. That is if you are shipping something out and you are paying for it. We already have shipping labels and shipping advice, so we don't need to regenerate that. Like, that would be coming from our pocket. So the title company, escrow company, they're already doing that. So most of the time you're going to be sending this back to title, or back to your signing service, I guess. At that point in time, you've already got a label. Unless, you know, something's happened and maybe you're sending a second set of documents and they want you to pay for it, or some crazy thing that you're agreeing to do. Don't agree to do that, by the way. Now here, this one just said that it's intended to secure international error bills, intra-country error bills, or other documentation such as the commercial invoice. Okay, so this is explicitly for FedEx shipments. All right, so you just select a quantity. I want to order 100 of these or 200 of these to match my order, and then I'm going to add those to the cart, and then I'm going to proceed to my cart. Okay, so we're going to add in some information here that they ask for. So when you go to the supplies cart, you are going to go ahead and verify the quantity and the type of supply that you are getting, and then it's going to ask you for your shipping information. So step 2 is shipping information, and we're going to go ahead and proceed with the order here. All right, so you're verifying your shipping information here. You've got your company name, your contact name, your address, your email address, etc., etc., etc. And then you can confirm your address and complete the order, or you can edit your address from here as well. So it tells you how long it's going to take. For me, it takes, we send it standard shipping. They don't charge for that. And it's 2 to 5 business days. So whenever they're not busy, they're going to get me that package. All right. So I'm assuming that they have these like chilling at some distribution center somewhere and they just ship them out. I've never had to wait longer than 3 days to get mine. However, this one I am placing around Christmas time, so maybe there will be a delay. I don't care. I've got a stock over here. I just wanted to stock up for the beginning of the year. Okay, so next up, we have the final screen. All right, so here you have your final screen. It's review and submit an order. All you have to do is name your order, and that just helps you with tracking and inventory and everything. So you can go ahead and type something in there that will help you remember it, and then click